I think we often forget, need to be reminded, that Bach was really a worker and was not a vastly celebrated creative artist in his own time. In fact, at least two of his sons eclipsed him in fame in the 18th century. And it wasn't until Mendelssohn really reintroduced Bach to the public and to his colleagues that he was finally considered the genius that he so clearly is. And I think Balanchine was very interested in that aspect of Bach's career. In the first movement, the two violins are represented on stage by the two solo female dancers. In the second movement, one of the female dancers is joined by a partner then they dance a beautiful pas de deux together. In the last movement, all the dancers are related in every movement they make to the complexity and the rhythmic vitality of the score. So there was a real understanding between Balanchine and Bach, almost as though Bach had written every note for Mr. Balanchine. And that is so apparent when you watch the ballet on stage with real concentration. It also requires intense concentration from the dancers because Balanchine played a little bit with some of the music, so they have to count parts of it very, very carefully. If they're off by half a split second, it ruins the ballet. So it's a big challenge for the entire cast of 10 women and 1 man to produce this ballet in all its exquisite and complex mathematical beauty. 3, 4, now girls wait here, 5, 6. Concerto Barocco is outstanding among Balanchine's ballets, partly because the corps is so important. He used the corps very well, in fact, wonderfully, in many, many works. But in Concerto Barocco, the corps is equal in importance to the soloists. The soloists have wonderful roles to dance, but without the corps, there would be no ballet. I've danced the Corps de Ballet many, many, many times, and also the second violin role. And I can say definitively that the Corps de Ballet works harder. They're on stage for 18 minutes without a time to take a breath, and it's very demanding. And the choreography for them is just as interesting as for the soloists. So it's a mixture of the two. It's important for the audience to be watching all of it at the same time, and then through the movement, hearing the music in a way that they never could have before. The ballet also is remarkable for the number of choreographers who've been inspired by it. My husband, Kent Stoll, was one of them. He was inspired to be a dancer by seeing the first performance of Concerto Barocco. I think the New York City Ballet came to San Francisco and he saw it there and decided there and then that he had to pursue a career as a dancer. And choreographers the world over have been inspired by the complexity, the sweetness, the beauty, and the apparent simplicity of Balanchine's relationship to the music and of the sheer beauty, the glorious beauty of the choreography.